All right, hello and welcome to this 25 minutes sort of webinar chat video about energy and performance. So this was off the back of having two competitions last weekend, Saturday and Sunday, Strongman competition on Saturday and a Stoneleaf competition up at the Denny Games on Sunday up in Aberdeenshire. So the thought is to share some of the energy recovery strategies, the little hacks, I think is a trendy word nowadays, that are used to sort of survive and do relatively kind of well. Sort of energy throughout Sunday was pretty good and performed a lot better than I expected. And then, yeah, so I just really wanted to kind of share that because although you might think, well, I teach classes, I'm teaching Group X classes. This is not really kind of beneficial, but my sort of expertise not only is helping for instructors lose weight and feel good about their body, but my interest and start in nutrition stem from athletic performance, from supplementation, from carb loading, from all these things essentially to be a very competitive South African sportsman through high school and through my early 20s and 30s. So that was the core of where everything kind of stemmed from. So we worked with instructors for the last 8 years to help them feel better, increase energy, lose weight, drop inches, etc. But the basis where everything kind of came from was an interest in athletic sport, energy, performance recovery, supplementation, all that kind of stuff. So spent a lot of money, a lot of time and effort, kind of like, fine-tuning my craft, learning the ins and outs of what's really beneficial, what's really not beneficial. And personally, over the recent competitions that I've done, as well between working, playing, high-level rugby for a number of kind of years, and doing shift work, as well as being a dad, these are the kind of things that have really helped me not literally fucking faceplant on a sports field at a competition and whatever else, okay? So I thought it'd be kind of beneficial for fitness instructors, particularly if you're coming up to Les Mo's Live. I know there's a big filming in London coming up soon, so hey, if you're doing a launch or a workshop or a Les Mo's Live event, anything on those lines where you're teaching or participating in 3, 4, 5, 6 classes in a day, this is the kind of shit that's really going to help you massively to make sure you don't cramp up, you don't have a brain fart, you don't keel over, you don't be dehydrated, and you don't shoot yourself in the foot for the next 3-4 days that you can't do anything. Okay, so whether that looks like your weekly schedule because you're one of those crazy people who teach 20 plus classes a week, then this is going to benefit you. If you're going to go to any roadshows, any Les Mo's Live events, then this is the kind of shit that's really going to help as well. Okay, so I don't really have a structure set I'm going to kind of walk and talk through while I'm sitting, but hopefully we're going to cover like a few points. Okay, so I want to make things really kind of clear. Don't want to get into too much technical, too much science info. It's not a university lecture kind of study. I do consider myself as an evidence-based practitioner, as a registered and qualified nutrition consultant. So I don't talk out my ass. Most of the time, at least. So this is all genuine pucker stuff that it's not gonna be airy fairy, nonsense. Okay, it's gonna be stuff you can apply. I'm a fairly simple guy. For my clients, I find we have success because we make things clear. We focus on the fundamentals. We focus on shit that works and stuff you can actually apply to busy days. Because I know, like myself and yourself, we are not professional athletes. We don't have somebody prepping our food. We don't have somebody doing anything and everything for us. We're trying to run a family. We're trying to, have some sort of social life. We're trying to work, maybe 1, 2, 3 jobs is difficult. Okay, so having that bit of clarity is essential. So, ramble on for 4 minutes. Let's jump to it. So, competition obviously Saturday and Sunday. So whether your big day, your big Les Mo's Day, live, roadshow, whatever else is going to be on a Saturday, okay, you can literally. So the one big thing is going to be carb loading. Okay, carb loading. Now you can literally carb load up to 2 days before the event. Okay, so if you just want to have a big fuck off meal the night before, fine, that will help. Absolutely, that will help. Okay, but if you want to take it to the next level, you're going to want to carb load for as much of that day before. So on the Friday. Okay, now if you want to take it to the next level, okay, and you want to be jumping through the roof and just be amazing everybody. Astonish everybody with your energy and your recovery and everything else, you're going to carb load for 2 days before, okay? Now, first of all, you've got to understand, don't freak out about carbs, don't freak out about calories because you're not going to gain fat by overeating for a day or two, okay? Particularly when you've got a huge event coming up in the next couple of days, okay? So your body is a storage mechanism. You can store energy in fat cells, you store energy in muscle cells as well. Now, if you exercise and eat relatively well and have a decent amount of lean body mass, then your body will be favoring putting energy into muscle cells. Okay, that is the benefit of being active and eating well. Okay, that's why we try to get sedentary overweight people away from the stuff, get them more active, get them more weight training and eating better, so we can have that favorable partitioning of calories, okay, into our muscle cells. So the body can store, okay, because we didn't have 3 meals a day back in caveman, cavewoman days, okay? You have like go slaughter a fucking saber-tooth tiger, eat some fruits and some berries, and that would do you for the day. So your body had to store food, and that's how the body's built. You've got to understand that, okay? So 1 or 2 days of eating a lot of food is not going to make you fat because it's over the week, it's over the month kind of stuff, okay? So try to like get rid of that little like, oh, I'm having 3,000 calories today, like I'm going to wake up fat. No, you won't, okay? No, you won't. So, you know, I know it's a logical thing and we don't buy into logical, we buy into emotional things, so, but you've got to really try your best to get over that, all right? And move faster. I haven't got time to talk about that too much today. So, carb loading. Now, how much you can carb load depends on the amount of muscle tissue that you have, okay? You can store a little bit of muscle tissue in your liver, which generally kind of feeds like the glucose in your brain to help you keep kind of functioning, because that's really important. So fuck off keto. So yeah, that's really important that we keep carbs coming into our body. So we can store a lot of carbs in the liver, and that's roughly between about 50 and 80 kind of grams, again, depending on the size of you, okay? So a 5'2", female is going to be able to store a little bit less in your liver as well as your muscle tissue, okay, depending how muscly and stacked she is, obviously. And a 6'2" kind of guy, right about my kind of size, is going to have a little bit more kind of muscle tissue, okay, because there's just more of it, I guess, okay. So tall and wide and all that kind of shit. So, but you can literally go up if you go for grams per kilogram body weight, okay. Anywhere between 8 and 10 grams of carbs per kilogram body weight is a pretty good starting point to kind of go for, okay? I generally try to use 8 just as a matter of ease. When I was around 100 kilos, use 8 to make it a nice simple 800 gram carb target per day, okay? So if you're a female and you weigh, say, 60 grams, 60 kilograms, okay? 60 kilograms, then 60 times 8, 480, round up to 500, okay? Go for 500 grams of carbs on the Thursday, on the Friday, okay? Now say, oh, yeah, I'm going to struggle with that. That's fine. See, even if you get 350 or 400, that's a lot more. You're going to be storing carbs and the best readily available fuel for you in your body, all right? And when we are teaching group exercise classes, all right, unless you're going to be doing nothing other than the warm-up, okay? If you're doing the whole workout from track 1 to track whatever it is, 10, your heart rate's going to be above 75% of max heart rate. Your heart rate's going to be up at 80, 85, 90%, okay? Particularly in those kind of peak attack, sprint, grit, pump kind of moments, okay? So you're going to be burning glucose, okay? You're not going to be burning kind of fats. So that's why we need to actually make sure we have a lot of carbohydrate there, because that's the fuel that your body will be burning through like that in every session and every track and every workout, okay? So simply, if you're female or a male and you weigh around about 60 kilograms, times by 8, 480. Aim for about 480 to 500 grams of carbs on the Thursday and on the Friday, okay? If you are a bit bigger and a little bit taller, so male, and you're around 90 or 100, again, to apply some mass, times 8 or times 10, and go for that kind of target, okay? That's a target for you to kind of aim for. Then, in terms of the other macros, I want to touch on kind of briefly. So we still want to have a bit of protein, we still want to have a bit of fats, but fats for these particular 2 days, just because your stomach is going to be like a bit ballooned, right? You are going to feel a bit bloated because guess what? You're trying to put in more food than you normally have. If you normally have 2,000 calories, you're now going to try to start eating 3,500 or 4,000 calories, okay? So yes, you are going to feel a bit like heavy in the stomach, okay? But that's just basically a lot of food in your stomach, which is an expandable sort of organ, but it takes a bit of time to digest it, process it, come through the bloodstream, and get filtered out and through to all the muscle tissue throughout your whole body, okay? Now, fats take a lot of time to digest, so we don't really want to be having food that's very, very fatty while our body is trying to digest this increase to a higher portion of carbs in our gut, okay? So give your body a bit of a break. Lower fat, okay? So go low fat. Don't go like no fat, but go low fat. And again, for a male around my, say between 100, 110, 10 kilos, whatever else, you may be talking like 50, 60 grams sort of thing. For female, you may want to bring it down to 20, 30, something like that. Whatever foods have a natural bit of fats in it, fine, but don't go high fat foods, if that makes sense, okay? And all you need to do to know what it is pick up whatever you're eating, turn around, look at the label, and make sure that it's not a high portion of kind of fats in it, okay? So ditch the peanut butter, ditch the avocados, all that kind of stuff, just for 2 days, okay? Just for 2 days, and then go back to the next week if you wish, okay? So low fat, okay, to help your body absorb that carbs and put it around all your muscle cells, okay? Or the storage, just think of muscle as storage, that's what it is. And then protein, we still want a bit of protein, 100%, okay? So go, kind of moderate level of kind of protein. So that 1.5 to 1.8 grams per kilogram body weight, bit of protein in, because we're going to be stressing the muscle tissue, and your body cannot store amino acids or protein. So yes, we need to be having protein on a regular basis as well, okay? So protein should literally stay around about the kind of same amount, okay? But it's the carbs that we need to kind of like literally amplify to 2, 3, 4 times what you normally have, okay? So in terms of foods, what types of foods? Now it flips around a little bit, because when we're trying to lose weight and reduce hunger and all that kind of stuff, we want more fibrous foods, we want more fruit, we want more veg, we want things that take a little time to digest, so high protein, and then more fruits, more kind of veggies and stuff like that. Now, we're going the other way. Think about being athletic and about performance and trying to increase the amount of fuel you have in your body for those day or 2 days of high intense activity, okay? So you're going to be wanting low filling foods, okay? So these are the kind of treaty foods, okay? Because it's going to be really, really hard to get like 500 grams of carbs with eating a lot of broccoli, a lot of kale, and a lot of porridge, okay? You will literally burst at the seams, okay? So we need to have things that are high calorie, easy to digest, low satiety foods, okay? So low kind of fibrous foods, okay? And these are generally foods that are a bit of low in your vitamins and kind of minerals, okay? So these are foods like your muffins, your cookies, okay? For me, one of my personal favorites are like low-fat yogurts. So it's basically high in kind of carbs, okay? So you get about 60, 70 grams out of one of those big kind of tubs. Low-fat, a little bit of protein. They're absolutely perfect for it, because you can just eat them. You just wolf it down. Put honey on everything as well, okay? Because it's easy calories in. So those kind of foods. When I go kind of food shopping, it's chocolate milk, it's fresh orange juice or cranberry juice if you wish, Cocoa Pops, it's muffins, it's all the foods that you generally want to kind of avoid, okay? Because we're changing the goal, we're changing the purpose, we're changing the kind of focus of what we're trying to do. We're not trying to lose weight on this day, we're trying to make sure that we've got tons and tons of really great energy readily available. So those are the foods that you can eat. And you'll be surprised how quickly you can mount up those carbs with sneaking in an odd muffin every now and again, okay? Or instead of just having maybe water to drink, you have now 500 mils of chocolate milkshake to have, or 500 mils of fresh orange juice to have, okay? Little things like that can be really, really easy to up carbohydrate intake, okay? So try to plan it out, try to plan your breakfast, your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner, and then think about kind of having any snacks in between, okay? And those snacks can be like that low-fat yogurt, it could be like a big thing of chocolate milk, or a big kind of power milkshake of kind of sorts, a bit of ice cream in there, a Magnum, Magnum's like 350 calories, a lot of carbs, a lot of sugars in that, get that down you as well, so all things like that, okay? So that's generally what you want to do on the Thursday to Friday if you can, all right? When it comes to sort of game day, competition day, or the big event day, okay, the big Les Mills Roadshow, the big Les Mills Live, where you got your 4, 5, 6 classes through the day, and it's time to kind of go. The emphasis now is to have a breakfast, but remember, we don't want a gut to be heavy, to be full. We want to be light on our feet. Now, you'll probably wake up, okay, you will wake up, and you'll feel leaner, because if you've forgot to kind of say, while you're having a lot of carbs, you really need to increase your water intake as well, okay? So if you normally try aim for 2 liters, you really need to try up that to 3, 4, 5 liters of water, okay? Because you want water, we want carbs in the muscle cells. That is our energy source. That's going to allow the chemical reactions to take place. It's going to allow us to stay cool. It's going to allow all the things that need to happen for us to get ATP to the muscle cell, okay? Water, and then those basically glucose and carbs, okay? So water intake. So while you've got water and more actual fuel, like more substrate in your muscle cells are going to be like swollen, okay? Not your fat cells. So muscle cells will be so increase in size. So you'll wake up and you'll feel really quite lean because every little muscle cell that you have is going to be kind of pushing up towards the kind of skin a bit more. So you're going to feel really not like swole, but like really like you've had a good workout, like really lean, really tight, really ready for a good day of exercises and activity. So the emphasis now is thinking, right, your body is stocked up, right? Your muscles are jam-packed of fuel, yeah? Your gut now, ideally, wants to stay fairly kind of clear. You don't want to be thinking, oh, I need a big breakfast because I'm teaching on today. If you're at that point, sorry to say it, but you've just fucked up a wee bit, okay? Because what you're going to think, and I've seen it before when I've been presenting and doing all this shit up on stage with Elizabeth back in the day, is you go down to the hotel and you see everybody like, eat, okay? Now, if your first class is at maybe 1 o'clock in the afternoon and you're eating breakfast at 8 o'clock, you're probably going to be okay because you have a few hours to kind of go for a shake and clear the gut. But if you're teaching or presenting or exercising within an hour or two, that big, massive breakfast isn't going to have time to kind of clear the gut, okay? So what you really want on that breakfast is literally kind of a normalish meal, a normalish breakfast, okay? And that can be literally 2 slices of toast with a bit of jam, a bit of butter. It can be a couple of scrambled eggs. It can be a bit of porridge, a bowl of porridge with some raisins or blueberries in or something, a bit of cinnamon, honey, whatever. It can be whatever you normally eat. It's something that you don't want to be massive. It's something that you don't want to be high in fats either, okay? So whatever that may be, it could be a banana, it can be, just whatever. I keep using my personal preferences, but, just whatever. On that particular day, for myself, I had a big bowl of Cocoa Pops, a banana, and like a whey shake, and maybe a little pouch of one of those yogurts, the skier kind of yogurts, okay? And that's about it. I didn't want big food in my stomach because I know I've just spent 2 days cramming in as much fuel and carbs into muscle cells. So I don't need to panic or to like, oh, I need to eat like a big breakfast, okay? Because that will shoot you in the foot later on in an hour or two, okay? So that's the big kind of difference, or a big thing to kind of think about as well. Your breakfast should be kind of normalish. Then throughout the day, it's like maintenance. Okay, we shouldn't be thinking I need a big lunch because I'm starving. If you've reached that point and you're feeling lightheaded, it means you've got low blood glucose, which means you've not prepped enough, you've not had enough food, you've not eaten well enough, you're on a sticky wicket. Okay, and I've been through myself as well through the years. Okay, and it's not a good place to be when you start feeling lightheaded. The energy is like someone's pulled a plug from you. There's nothing left in your body. You sweat more, okay, because your body is in this kind of like dire state. It's not a good place to kind of be in. So throughout the day, it's maintenance, it's snacks, it's low-fat foods, it's carb heavy and protein kind of light foods, okay? So things for me will be like cream rice and jam is an absolute stupid, simple winner, right? It's brilliant, okay? A tin of cream rice with a spoonful of kind of jam, a big tablespoon of kind of jam into it in a Tupperware. You can have half of that sort of mid-morning, half of that in the afternoon. It's brilliant. It's vitamins, minerals, a little bit of protein, mostly kind of carbs, a little bit of jam as well. Adds up the kind of carbs, really great. Things like this chocolate crispy rice cracker biscuit thingies, again, brilliant. One of them's about 20 grams of kind of carbs in it. Fruit, so an apple or a banana, okay? There's little energy sachet gels as well, brilliant. If you want to have like a bit of a whey shake or something like that for like mid kind of day, no problem at all, okay? Just think about snacks. So strawberry or the apple cereal bars, again, brilliant. Just snack on one of them in between class. But make sure, if nothing else, all those are kind of food things that you need to chew. Small snackable things. But the majority of your energy and electrolyte replacement should be coming from like a hydration drink or an electrolyte drink, a glucose, dextrose, Lucozade, kind of drink, okay, where there is a lot of carb in there, all right? Your body can digest up to 60 grams of carbs, in an hour just by fluids, okay? If you add in sucrose, you can increase it up to 90 grams. So that's a lot. That's a lot of fuel that you can take in just by having the right, energy drink, okay? So electrolytes need to get replaced because you're sweating a lot. Those are salts getting lost out through the body. So energy drink with vitamins, minerals, and carbs, and obviously, okay? That is the basis. in terms of a day, you should be looking to take on at least 2 liters of that stuff. So be prepped. Take the dry powder in a wee Tupperware if you want. Make sure you've got 1 or 2 juice bottles that you can kind of top up with. A nice wide neck juice bottle so it's easy to kind of mix and the kind of stuff. And just think about 2 scoops of this or 1 Tupperware into this bottle, into that bottle. Just have a bit of kind of planning, a bit of prep as to what goes where and all that kind of stuff, okay? So simple kind of wins. And that's pretty much it. One thing I did kind of find as well that was really beneficial was having a big gulp of like super honey. So that, whether it is because it's quite dense in terms of kind of carbs and kind of calories, or there's some added vitamins and minerals, electrolytes in there, I'm not sure what, but it really helped. It really gave me a really good kind of buzz. So the little plastic jars of like a super honey you can buy from a supermarket, a big kind of squeeze of them after every event, after every kind of class. Again, just keeps everything topped up, because that's what you want. You don't want to. So if you're waking up on a Saturday morning and you're maxed out energy and muscle cells, all you want to do is just come down a little bit and top up. Yeah, come down a little bit and top up. You don't want to just fucking flatline and bottom out, because that's the danger zone. That's the red tank empty kind of zone. Okay, and once you're there, it's so hard to get yourself back up again. Okay, and then if you're going again for like a second day, dinner again, it's going to be high carb, moderate kind of protein and low kind of fats, and just repeat the process again. All right. What else of benefit and kind of value? In terms of kind of supplements, at times I've used pre-workout, anything with creatine in it, beta-alanine, those are the kind of go-tos. Caffeine obviously is the brilliant neural stimulant, okay, for your CNS. So a double espresso can be really kind of handy. Generally, depending how tolerant you are to caffeine, so it depends if you're a big coffee drinker, then you'll be a little bit less tolerant, so you can have a bit more of an intake. But generally between 2 to 4 grams per kilogram body weight is what you want, okay? So take a 100 kilogram person. If to have any kind of stimulant, you're gonna need something with at least 200 milligrams of caffeine in it to get a bit of a kick from it. So if you're a 60 kilogram female instructor, coach, or athlete, then anything above 120 milligrams onwards. So a double espresso will pretty much do. Double espresso banana, great little combination. Otherwise, you have the option, if you don't like coffee and caffeine through coffee, you can buy caffeine tablets as well. Okay, the research has shown that there's something extra magical in coffee than just caffeine and anhydrous tablets, but either or will obviously really kind of work. Beta-alanine, I wouldn't just use on the day. I would try it and test it while you're training or doing classes beforehand, because it gives you that really kind of tingly face. And some people find it really uncomfortable. Other times you can feel it and you know what it is and it's fine and whatever else. So again, you need to test the tolerance before game day. Don't do anything that you've not really kind of done before in terms of kind of supplements, okay? Especially sodium bicarb, because that could end up giving, if you get it wrong, end up giving you the shits. And every time you try to do a tuck and body attack, you'll be like jumping up, holding your ass, worried about a bowel movement. Okay, so don't go there, literally. And that's it. Creatine monohydrate, brilliant. It's the cheapest, most effective, most powerful supplement out there. I will not look generally further than caffeine, creatine, perhaps beta-alanine in terms of supplements. Okay, and then a good protein. Kind of like shakes, so it would be whey or soy or protein, pea or whatever else, okay? So whatever your preference is. Creatine is absolutely kind of brilliant for short, explosive kind of bursts. It increases muscle strength, a bit of endurance. It helps that short, sharp, intense bursts. And yeah, it's the most researched, most anabolic, most potent, effective supplement out there. You don't need to worry about water weight, because water weight's not a bad thing. More water in muscle cell is a fucking good thing. So you don't need to worry about that at all, because water weight in muscle cell is not body fat. Okay, so don't need to worry about that at all, ladies and gents. Mainly you ladies out there. Trying to think of anything else before I wrap up and for kind of drag us on for too long. It's been 24 minutes already. So yeah, that's it. I think the biggest thing is use the carb load beforehand. Think about low fats, high carb, sort of low moderate protein the 2 days before. It's not going to affect fatness or body weight or anything like that. It may affect body weight, obviously. It will affect body weight, but it's not going to affect body fat, is what I'm trying to say. So don't worry about that. Try and look over that, okay? On the day of the event, when you're going to be doing your big Les Mills Live, your big Mills Roadshow, don't think I need to have a big breakfast, okay? Because that's a bit too late. You want to have done the fuel storage the 2 days before, or at least the day before, okay? Now, I know if you're teaching, you might be teaching classes, your own classes on the Thursday or the Friday. That's fine. We can still try to increase carb intake as much as you can on those 2 days, okay? Or at least the day before. And then think maintenance. So prep some snacks, some of those Rice Krispie snacks, some of the cereal snacks, jelly babies, brilliant. One of my favorites I was mentioned was the cream rice, but also like the thins, the little thins, the thin bagels and thins. The white one, because it's less fiber, it'll clear the gut a bit quicker with a bit of jam. So just have one or two of them handy as well for, if you need. But most of it's going to be kind of fluids. So think about the electrolyte drink. Think about the hydration drink, the energy drink. Make sure you got that powder with you. Make sure you got your water bottles with you and all that kind of stuff. And it's just maintenance. It's topping up. That will keep the gut clear, which means you'll feel light and all the energy is bound up in muscle tissue, ready to be delivered, okay? Because you'll be teaching or participating in a high intensity workout, which means it's carbs that you'll be burning up, okay? Not fats, okay? So, yeah. That's it. Don't want to divert into too much about different energy systems with the fats and the carbs and stuff like that, but hopefully that covers it up. Touch on supplements a little bit as well. One of the hacks obviously was a little bit of a big squirt of kind of honey. It just really helped. And even on the kind of Sunday, when it's a Sunday, it pretty much stayed with the same kind of idea. Once done an event, back to the little kind of cooler box, half a banana, big sip of kind of juice, a couple of jelly babies and stuff like that, maybe a bite of a sandwich, a big scoop or two of the cream rice, and then, half an hour later, went away again, warmed up, blah, 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 next event, and just maintenance the whole way through. Didn't have any big burgers, didn't have any big feeds, nothing like that. There's all that kind of maintenance stuff, okay? And the electrolytes is really kind of key because you'll be sweating loads. You really want that potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium back in your body as best as you can. That's it. Hopefully that's been of help. As I said, this will help not only strength athletes for competition stuff, but also mostly the purpose for this was for clients and followers on Instagram and social media and all that kind of carry on for your big roadshows, your Les Mills lives. And if you are teaching 3, 4, 5 classes a day, this is the kind of stuff that's going to be really kind of handy, okay? Cool, that's it. Any thoughts, any questions? If you found this valuable, please give us a like or a comment. If there is any questions about either fat loss for instructors and coaches or about performance and recovery for when you're teaching or going to these big events, please drop me an email, drop me a message, drop a DM in the chat or in the messages, and I'll get back to you 100%. All right, cool. Thanks for watching. Bye.